Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Impy from Impy Gaming, and today we're back with Goosebumps, and it's chapter 4. I'm debating to do 2 chapters or 1. I'll stick with 1. So, basically, before we get into the chapter, I wanted to talk about something quickly. Lately, I've been doing this type of style, or I've been playing new games. Most of the games I try to keep are free, try to record are all free, guys. So in terms of speaking, you can just go out and try and find them on the mobile. But on the PC, so Monday, Wednesday and Friday, they'll all tend to be paid games that I've gone and paid for recording purposes because they're fun. So, chapter 4. I heard a sick groan. I heard sick groans coming from the kids behind me, but when... Oh, where's our famed character first off? There she is. But when I turned back, they all had their heads down, pretending not to be watching. Yuck, my arm tingled. I felt sick, sticky and wet. Mrs. Marg let go of me. She grinned. Thick gobs of saliva clung to her teeth. Tasty. Why did I try and do a Scottish accent? Actually, that was subconsciously. Tasty? I think that's what she said. My mouth dropped in shock. I couldn't believe it. She had just licked me. I stood there staring at her. She was so weird looking. She had the biggest head I've ever seen on a human body. She had a thick brown hair pilled on top. Thick brown hair piled on top of it, with a pencil stuck through it. She stared back at me with wet brown eyes, cow's eyes. She had a pale yellow skin. She like the skin of a chicken in the supermarket. Her cheeks were so flabby they bounced on her neck. As she grinned, her whole face sagged over her shoulders like donuts. I want a donut. You may take a seat, Paul. You may take a seat, Paul. What? Seriously, why am I going Scottish subconsciously? I'm trying to do an accent for a woman, a female voice. Yeah, I'm doing a Scottish voice. I have no clue. She said finally in that rattly voice. She pointed. Take that seat near the back. Man, what the hell was that voice? I was glad to get away from her. I turned and walked as fast as I could towards the back. Did you see that? She licked me, I whispered to Celeste. I passed by her seat. She stared straight ahead and pretended not to hear me. Her hands were gripping the desk so tightly. Her knuckles were white. It's play a joke on the new kid, I thought to myself. In short, we'll all have a big laugh over this. But none of the kids were even smiling. As I stepped back into the back row, I noticed a line of wire cages on the table against the wall. Inside the cages, I saw a white bunny, some kind of tiny grey squirrel, and a guinea pig, and a white mouse. Aren't we a little old for classroom animals? I asked myself. I carefully stepped over the red-haired girl's feet and squeezed in front of a Solomon-looking boy, who didn't look up from his textbook. I slid into the empty seat, dropping my rucksack beside me. The wooden desk was scratched and cracked. In one corner, someone had carved 2 words deep into the wood. Help me. I rubbed my fingers over the wood and glanced at the front of the room. To my surprise, Miss Marg was still in the doorway. She hadn't moved. Is she too big to get in through the door? I wondered. I don't know how to do this voice. I can even sound like I can sound like a bad smoker, a Scottish man, or myself. We'll start. Oh, that's better. It's not raspy, but we'll start with our grammar homework today, she announced. Paul, I'm sure someone in the class will be happy to help you catch up. With a grunt, she squeezed her body through the doorway. The red dress bounced up and down as she moved. Stand-up comics on TV always joke about women's dresses being as big as a tent, but this dress rarely looked like a shiny red tent. Her chin bobbled, her tall hair bounced and shook, and as Miss Marg walked to her desk, I heard a wet, smacking sound. Smack, smack. Leaning over my desk, I lowered my eyes to see the sound and gasped. Miss Marg was barefoot. Her feet was huge. As big and puffy as pillows. They made disgusting wet smacking sounds against the wooden floor. Oh, I let out a moan, watching those weird bare feet. No toes. Huh? Instead, thick, shiny black claws curled out from the tops. I felt sick. Yeah, and I meant to eat a gluten-free bar and a pack of crisp. Yeah, this is going to be a good lunch. I felt sick. A wave of nausea rolled up from my stomach, and then the teacher's rattled growl broke through the silence. What are you looking at, Paul? You got a problem? And that's the end of chapter 4, but all honesty, whenever I see that, it makes me want to think that she's going to say, well, my boy's downtown hasn't got a problem. And then, just like a bunch of teachers coming out, just starts bouncing around, just caving the kids in, head in for some reason. You go away. So, yeah, this is the teacher. Apparently, she has no shoes on, but she clearly does here. But yeah, basically, so far, to my knowledge, guys, this teacher's just creepy beyond all reasons. And the reason why I say that is because, one, first off, what type of teacher would walk in a classroom and just lick a student's arm? I know for a fact, if one of the teachers did that in my school, the students would probably kick a fuss about it and end up really making the teacher feel ashamed of themselves. And sadly, it does happen in schools, but makes the teacher feel ashamed of themselves and then runs the teacher out of the school. It happens, and the sad part is, the majority of the time is due to students just... A lot of the students that run teachers out of school, it's just because the teachers gave them a detention or something, and they want payback for the teacher doing their jobs. My opinion, the teachers still doing their job, so why should they be shouted at or have something done to them for doing that? Oh, let's build residence homes. So, they don't want creepy. They don't want scary trees. They want creepy trees. Yo, you can go next to your brother Jeff, Frank, Spaggy. I'm just giving these trees random names, guys. Don't worry. I'm slightly insane. Right, Pumpkin. Scaredy Cat 1, Scaredy Cat 2. Me banging my wire against... Why did you want that, dude? Ooh. Build Dr. Frank Freak's house. Do I have to? Like, the guy looks creepy as it is. And apparently we have a teacher that walks around without shoes on and... So, I've still got two houses to get. I'll try and get them over the time. But hopefully everything works out. I don't know why, but the Addams Family theme song just came in my head. Anyhow, I'll see you guys later. Bye.